So, welcome to Season of Change, transforming your life by the power in the Word of God. I have my guest here on this episode from survivor into calling. On this episode, he will be telling us his story. His name is Paul from United States of America. So, welcome, Paul, to Season of Change.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Jeremiah. Thank you for inviting me on your podcast show today. I'm delighted to be here and share my story. Hopefully, it will inspire someone in your big audience so that they also can see God's hand at work and leave and be able to go out there and make a difference in their life, in the life of others, because that's what this is all about.
Wow, that's great. So, before we proceed, so how is the weather on your side?
The weather in the U.S. here is we're in the spring, getting to the summer. I'm in Maryland, state of Maryland, close to Washington D.C. So it's kind of rainy, It's the so it's we just left the winter, right? So with the spring, getting to the summertime. So it's in the upper 70s here, upper 70s today. Some rain, but it's nice. I went out for a walk this morning, and it was good. It was good.
Wow, that's great. So let's move on with our discussion. On this episode, Paul will be telling us about himself, sharing his life story, how he survived from the challenges he has passed through from getting a loan of 120,000 US dollars. I believe I'm right.
No, Jeremiah. No, it was 12,000. It was a little over $12,000. A little over $12,000. Yes.
$12,000.
Yes.
How he
Well,
survived
yes.
or passing through challenges and coming back to stand on his feet. So he will be telling more of his story, these challenges, and his survival period, and this challenge, how he got out of those tough times. So quickly, let me just say this. Can you just briefly introduce yourself? Tell us what you do, and
Yes, Jeremiah. I'm a transformational coach. First of all, we own our home care company where we take care of seniors. We provide assistance for seniors, help them out with the activities that they need for everyday living. For example, help them, shower, fix their meals for them, take it to the bathroom, give them, like talk about shower, help them clean the house for them, take them out for walks, take them out for doctor's appointments. That's what we do. That's my day job. Okay, Jeremiah. That's my day job. So that's what keeps the light on at the house. All right. That's what pays the bills. That's what I do. We've been doing that for 23 years, my wife and I. And that's my wife and I have been doing that for 23 years. We're still doing, we love it because it's service. We love serving. And when you see these old people who have done so much, at the end of their lives, they have no one to help them. And you're the only one to help them. It makes a difference. That's what we do. That's my day job. And then I also do on the side, I coach people to succeed in life, not just in the business that I do, which is home care, which is where we have a lot of experience, but I help people really get out there and bring out the greatness. Because my wife and I believe that everyone has greatness in them, everyone. So we help them bring it out through our coaching company, Premier Destiny. That's what we do. And I'll get more into that as we talk.
wow, that's great. That's a great job. So you are here to serve humanity, and it's good. That is the best thing in life to serve, because God
Thank you.
has even sent us to serve, to
Yes.
serve others, to help others, and how true you'll be
Yes.
doing, even in the care assistant job and coaching system, is you are there to serve.
Yeah.
I can see it
Yeah.
all of
You see,
you that you're a great
yeah. Yeah.
leader.
I was just going
Great.
to say, Jeremiah, that you doing the same thing. You serving too. All of us, I believe, have our gifts. And we'll talk some more about that as we go. All of us have gifts in us. But if we don't know we have the gifts, how are we going to be able to, how are we going to be able to you bring it out? How are we going to be able to use it? How are we going to be able to share with others? All of us have gifts. You do what you're doing here is a gift to humanity too. You're serving. By having a podcast and bringing some of us on to come and talk and share our story. This is a service you're providing for humanity. I did not pay you. You're not paying me. It's service to humanity. So all of us have those gifts. The important thing is to find out what is the gift that we have. For some people, it's the ministry. Some people, it's business. Some people, it's whatever it is. But if we don't know that, we cannot take advantage of it. I always say it's almost like, the president of Nigeria invited you to a state dinner, but you never got the invitation. How are you gonna be able to enjoy it? You never will, because you don't know what you don't know you were invited. So that's what we do. Our goal, we tell everyone that what we do at Premier Destiny, which is a coaching company, premierdestiny.com, what we do is that we enlighten people, empower them, and inspire them to bring out the greatness that's in them, because everyone has got greatness in them. So they can use that greatness now to serve humanity and live an abundant and fulfilled life. That's what we do. And I think that's what we should all be doing. Because once you're doing what you're called to do, there's a joy, there's a peace, there's a happiness. You feel fulfilled. And I think that's all we want. That's all we all want.
Wow, that's great. So, how do you come about the coaching business? How do you come about that?
Yes, very good question again, Jeremiah. Very, very good. Number of years ago, my wife now, we were back then we were sweethearts. We were in college. We were in high school. We were in high school in Cameroon, and we separated because I was coming to the United States for further studies. She was going to England for further studies, so we separated. So I came here to go to college, and after college, I said, well, let me see what I can do, because I looked at people who had finished college, they were going to graduate school, but they were still doing the same jobs that when they were in college studying to get a degree, they were still doing it. I mean, security guard, driving cab, little jobs, So I said, wait a minute. So I'll go to graduate school and come back and do this? No, that wasn't for me. So I was at that point, I said, well, let me try some other things. So while I was a security guard, struggling, all right, struggling, like an immigrant struggling here, I decided to get into network marketing at that time. It was a company called Amway. So I got in there. They was selling soap and some other things. So I said, let me get in there. My cousin told me, hey, you can make money doing this. I went in there. I did not make much money there. I did not make any money at all, as a matter of fact, Jeremiah. But what I learned was personal development. I was introduced to books. I was introduced to the fact that they told me, they said, well, you can be anything you want to be if you're willing to work for it. Wow. Really? They say, yes. They told me, say, yeah, you can be whatever you want to be, but you have to work for it. No one is going to give it to you. I said, wow. So she showed me some books. One of the books they told me to read was Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. So I started reading those books, inspirational books. It expanded my memory. I started seeing things differently. I started seeing that was possible for me. All right. So I did that. Fast forward a few years later, many years later, my wife came from England. She had finished her master's degree. So she came to join me here so we could start our family. When she came, I was still struggling. I was a leasing consultant, corporate America, but low paying job. She came also, she started from cashier. Can you imagine, Jeremiah? Someone has a master's degree and comes to the United States and is doing cashier work, but that's what we had to do, right? Because remember, we were struggling. And she even at one point started became a certified nursing assistant, working with seniors, taking care of seniors in their homes. So we struggled. But then we got into the IT industry. She became a database administrator. I became a systems engineer. And we thought, Jeremiah, we had arrived. Because now we could pay our rent from one person's check. Because before, when I was a security guard, she was a cashier. What we used to do is that for one bedroom apartment, I used to get my pay, my check, wait for her check to come to pay rent. Okay, that's the kind of money we were making. It was not much. All right, I mean, it was hard. It was challenging, But now when we got into IIT, we finally made some pretty good money. We thought we had arrived. We were able to buy a townhouse, and then we started living. So had our kids started coming up. But a few years down the road, Jeremiah, we discovered that the jobs we had, the money we're earning was not enough. Because as you know, being an immigrant, you have to send some money back home, right? You got to support people back home. You hear certain things. You have to help. You have to do this. You have to do that. And want to be able to take care of the kids, send them to good schools. Want to be able to get some good cars for ourselves because we could not afford good cars. We had to buy used cars. In fact, I remember I used to buy cars. The cars that had salvage cars, they used to call them. That is, cars that have been involved in accidents. You buy them, you fix them, and then you drive them. That's what I went through. Okay. That's the kind of car my wife and I drove. No AC for a long time. We finally got a car that had AC. We said, wow, we've arrived. Okay. So that's what it took, but we kept going. So but again, like I said, once we're in IT, we discovered that the money was not gonna be enough. We're not gonna be able to do everything we wanted to do with the jobs, even though we're very good jobs. So we said, well, what can we do? What do we need to do? We started thinking. Being people of faith, we prayed. We prayed and we thought about it. We prayed and we meditated. We prayed and we thought about it. We prayed and we meditated. And then God said, well, maybe you should get into your own business. That's the message we got. So we started looking. We started looking for what kind of business could we get into. So again, remember I told you my wife had been a certified nursing assistant. So she knew that industry. I did not know about it. She said, well, honey, maybe we should try to get into this business. Okay, what do we need to do? She looked around, we did some research, and we discovered that you could buy a franchise, which you would operate on. You essentially own it, So we said, okay, let's try, let's give it a shot. We had no money. Remember, I told you, even though we're doing well, we had kids now, so money was tight, right? Money was tight. So we fortunately we had a card. We had a credit card, max. I think the max on that credit card was $13,000. That was the max, but we could take a cash advance. So this franchise was going to cost us a little over 12,000 and some change money. So we took a cash advance on our credit card for 12,000 and some dollars, and we invested in this home care company. That's how we started, Jeremiah. We were working. In fact, I lost my job, so I stayed home taking care of the business, trying to grow the business. I was everything. I was a receptionist, the office manager, the human resource manager, the one who paid people. I mean, we did everything. Okay, my wife, all of us, we just did everything. When we started out. In fact, we had no office, so we worked out of the basement of a house. No office. That's where we started, because we could not afford it. We started there, but we had a big dream. Jeremiah, we had a big dream. We felt like if it was to be, it was up to us. We had to make the difference because we knew that there was no rich uncle or rich aunt who was going to come to save us. If it was to be, it was up to us. We had to work. So we just went to work. And a few years later, my wife was able to quit her job and do this full time. And then we bought another office and bought another office. And then today we have 4 offices serving thousands of people. Okay, we have hundreds of employees out of that. But it was God. It was God who helped us make it happen because many challenges along the way, which we'll talk about down the road, but God helped us along the way. And then about say 10 or 12 years into the business, because we've been in the business now 23 years, the home care business. About 12 years into the business, I felt a little bit tired. Not ungrateful, but tired. I felt like there was more God was calling me to do. I felt like I could do more. I felt like this was not it for me. We had achieved this, we had accomplished this, but I felt like what more could be out there for me? So I started to pray. Being a person of faith, I started to pray. I would think about it, I would pray, ask God to guide me. And so one morning, as I was out walking, usually when I walk, I listen to audio tapes or YouTube messages, inspirational messages. I was listening. This message came on. I was listening to this gentleman. He said that most people don't succeed in life because they don't know where to go. They have no goal. That's what this man said. I said, wow, okay. He says, people don't succeed because of ignorance. Ignorance. I said, wait a minute, ignorance? He said, yeah. He says, ignorance means you don't know. He said, every one of us is ignorant of something. Every one of us. So don't feel bad when you say ignorant because it just means you don't know about something. Every one of us. I said, wow. So that got me. I said, this is interesting. So he said, what cures ignorance is knowledge. That's okay. He said, so if you don't know, you just need more knowledge so that you can know, you can be enlightened, you can know. He said it's like darkness and light. What drives away darkness? Light. Wow, I was excited. So I looked this gentleman up. I looked him up. I went onto his program. I signed up for him to coach me. And he became my mentor. He became the one that guided me. And he taught me a lot of things, Jeremiah. a couple of things he said was that if that I could be anything I wanted to be, if I could just choose to develop me, that the change had to come from me. If I could, if I wanted, if I had to be, that I needed to be all I could, if I can be, do it, and then I can have anything I want. The be, do, have principle. He said that I had to be the best version of who I could be. It was all up to me. The work was going to be internal. It was going to be on me, working on certain things in me that matter. For example, I had to work on my desire. I had to work on my character. I had to work on my disciplines. I had to work on I had to take responsibility. I had to, because a lot of times you say you blame this, blame people. No. What is my part in it? Those are the things I learned. He, like I told you, he told me about the be, do, have principle. I had to be who I wanted to be, so I can do what I want to do, so I can have what I want to have. And then eventually that I decided to become a coach, so I could share this message to many of us out there, because a lot of us out there suffer because we don't know. As you know, Jeremiah, the Bible says, "My people perish for lack of vision."
Knowledge, yes.
Knowledge. And that's why I'm here.
Wow, thank you so much, Paul. Let me quickly run on from this place. Now, wow, are you a certified coach before you start the coaching business?
Yes, I became a certified coach, and that's why I'm coaching. Yes, I became, yeah.
Are you a certified coach before you start the coaching business?
Yes, yes. I went through a certification program with a mentor of mine who trained us, my wife and I, to be coaches. Yes, absolutely, yes.
Oh, okay. Now let's move to the challenges that you passed through. How long does it take you to build a brand names, a unique companies, having 4 offices? How long does it take you?
Jeremiah, it takes a while. It takes a while. It does take it takes a while because remember, like I told you, we're working with a franchise, so we had to learn. We learned the ropes. That franchisor showed us what to do. But the biggest part is following directions sometimes for some of us, right? We've never done it. We don't have an uncle on hand who has done it, so it's hard, right? Being an immigrant in this society, it's kind of hard. It's challenging. But we just stuck with it. We stayed there. It was ups and downs. I mean, like I told you, we had no office. I used to meet people. I used to meet employees in the library for them to fill out the application because we had no office. I could not have them come to our house. So I meet employees. I meet them in the library. They'll fill out the application in the library. They will take the ID, the social security card. We'll make copies in the library. That's how we got our people. All right. I mean, sometimes, we would, if I wanted to pay people, we'll meet them at shopping centers, McDonald's, Wendy's. We'll meet there for them to get a check, the ones who could not mail, So it was a challenge. I mean, sometimes folks will not pay you, right? I got to go collect the money myself. Sometimes I'd have to go work at a client's home sometimes when our caregivers, our employees did not come to work because they had an emergency. I had to be there. So there were challenges. But we had faith. We had God on our side. We were determined to serve these people. We're determined to help these people. We knew that if we did what we had to do, one day, some other people will help us do this. So that's why today, we go to work, but we don't go to work as many times as we used to because we have other people in the office helping us. But we had to go through that period where we did everything. I told you, I was the receptionist, the office manager, the human resource manager, the cashier, the bookkeeper, everything I was. We did it all because we had to do it, to get to this stage where we are today. So it's a process. And then but as you do more is going to be given to you. I think that's what the word says, right, Jeremiah? I think that's what the word says. The more you do, the more you're going to be blessed with doing even more. But again, the most important thing is that work from your heart, serve people from your heart, do what's best for your customer. Because once you do what's best for your customer, they will get it, and you will bless even more. That's what I believe, and I think that's what shaped that journey. And the other thing also is that once we got into the coaching, Jeremiah, which is what we do a lot now for a lot of people who are in home care, they come to us, we coach them, we guide them so that they can then do better. Once we're able to get coached, in our case, my wife and I's case, and we connected the change, which was mostly our mindset. Once we got that coaching in our mindset and we apply it to our business took off. It grew big time because now we knew why we were doing what we were doing. Initially, we thought we knew, which we did know, but the passion, it just made us look at things differently. Because you see, one of the scholars I listen to and read about says that when you change the way you look at things you look at change. That was said by Dr. Wayne Dyer. So it was a matter of perspective. We got to learn. We got to know that there's so much more we could do. Right now, for some things we do now is we prioritize. We have goals. We review our goals on a regular basis. We treat people well. We say what we're going to do, and we do what we say we're going to do. We show up differently every day in a positive and uplifting way. We take care of our clients. We take care of our people. All those things translate to business success. But if we do not have that coaching to help us understand, know who we are, we're able to get here. So the coaching is extremely important. It helps you really know the gifts that you have. And that's what we do now. That's why I tell a lot of people, that what we do is that what we do in coaching, what we do, the coaching, it just helps make us better business people. It makes us better people. And I think that's what we should be all about, Jeremiah. We should be all about how do we become a better person, how we become the best version of who we're supposed to be. Because that's what it's all about. Because we believe, like I said before, we believe that there's greatness in each and every one of us. There's greatness in each and every one of us. How do you bring it out? That's the issue. We believe that there's a more powerful version of you waiting to emerge. A version that is free from limitations. A version that is full of purpose and ready to impact the world. At Premier Destiny, that's what we do. We help home care agencies, professionals, and everyday visionaries harness their God-given gifts to be more, so they can do more, so they can have more. That's what we do. It's not just coaching for us is not just something we just do. It's a calling. It's a calling. And we're ready to impact lives, to help other people. Because if they don't know, how can they take advantage of it? That's where we come in.
Wow, thank you so much. You've spoken a lot, and I want to bring out the questions from us you're speaking. Now, how do you build trust with the people you're meeting for the first time, introducing your coaching skills to them, and you want them to be your, let me say, your students, you want them to attend your coaching class? How do you build trust?
How do I build trust? Well, that's really easy, Jeremiah. I tell them our story. My wife and I share with them our story, what is done for us. What is done for us. As immigrants to this country, and doing what we're doing, we did not know. We told them how it changed our lives from when we started applying the coaching in our business. It's changed the way my wife and I even relate to each other. It's changed the way our kids look at life. It's changed the way the friends around us look at us. It's changed for the people we've coached. We've coached several business owners too, and other people, professionals. We've coached them too. They've seen the difference. It's made a difference in how they show up. You see, part of life is how you show up, Jeremiah. It's how you show up. Are you showing up? And then it helps, and it's also helped change our philosophy. And that's what I tell a lot of people. What's your philosophy in life? Do you look at life as, are you a victim or as someone who can control their destiny? Those are two different philosophies, Are you a growth mindset person, or you feel like, well, I'm just here. Whatever happens, happens. It's different, right? Are you looking at the glass as half full or half empty? It's different. Those are philosophies. Are you an overcomer? We can all be that. Because Jeremiah, one of the things I tell people is that the greatest part of you and I, we cannot see. You can't see your dreams. I cannot see my dreams. You cannot see your soul. I cannot see my soul. Those are the greatest things that make us who we are. We can't see that. And I tell people that there are two things in life. They're determining factors and they're contributing factors.
Yes.
What are contributing factors? Where you were born. Whether somebody gives you a chance or not. The weather. Politics. Those are contributing factors. Hey, they're gonna give you challenges. They may present challenges with us, struggles we have to go through, right? Whether somebody likes you or not, that's a contributing factor. It doesn't determine who you're going to be, but determining factors are who you are. your desire, your perspective, your belief, your hard work, your character, responsibility, integrity. Those are determining factors. Those ones determine how far you go in life. So what we tell people who come to us is that there's greatness in them. If they want it, if there's something they want to achieve, whether it's in business or professionally or just be a better person, find out what they want, we can help them. We'll sit with them, we'll find out what they want. What do they really want? What is something that's in their heart that they want to achieve? And we'll set up a game plan to make it happen for them. But it comes from the inside out, because success comes from the inside out. You have to be before you can do, before you can have. And that's what we tell our people. We just refer them to our story and the folks we've served. And they go from there. And one other thing I'll share with you, Jeremiah. My wife and I tell people that you're one decision away. You're one decision away. If not now, when? If not you, who? Who's going to do it for you? Who's going to do it for you? We have to bet on yourself. You have to learn to bet on yourself, because the surest way for you to win is to bet on you. Warren Buffett, one of the richest people in the world, said that the best investment is in self-development, self-education, growing you. That's the best investment. Because once you're enlightened, once you know what you can do, your potential, once you expose yourself, you become aware, the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit. But I tell people that you can change, you can improve your situation, and let us help you do that. If John and I can do it, so can you. If John and I can do it, so can you. But you're one decision away. What is it? It's up to you. So, and that's what we do. And again, we can help anyone that needs help. If they just go to our website, premierdestiny.com. Everybody there? I think I lost you there.
Yeah, I'm here. So,
go ahead. Yes.
Yeah, quickly, I want to say, can you mention some few challenges that you passed through or that you faced in the process of building this your coaching business? And how do you start? Because you said you got a loan of 12,000 US dollars, and you moved from there becoming great. And I want to say that is the stage of your survivor to your calling. Now onto your calling. So how do you do that? How do you get that? Can you explain and tell us those challenges that you faced?
Yes, Jeremiah went through some challenges, no question about it. Like I said, just raising the money to do invest in the home care business was a challenge for us, because like I said, we had no money. We prayed, we looked at what we had. God led us to look at what we had, not what we did not have. Okay, and we found this. We were able to come up with this money through the loan I told you about, and God led us to this company that helped us to set up our agency and guide us along the way. Sometimes we were not accepting certain homes we went to. I showed up sometimes to market what we do, to ask for referrals. They would lock the door in my face. Right? There's no, we don't want you, but we keep going. You have to just believe that you're out to serve people, and that somehow, some way, people will welcome you. And that's what we did. We took every time somebody said no, we said not. We took it as not now, right? We came back. We made, like I said, people locked the doors on us, but we kept going, and then eventually someone opened the door and accepted us in there. We hired employees, sometimes hired the wrong people, right? Trusted them, had the wrong people on there, and we learned. They made some errors. We learned. We moved and looked at different people. Sometimes, a lot of times, when we started out, a lot of times, Jeremiah, we would pay people, but we didn't have enough money to even pay ourselves. Okay, I mean, sometimes we'll write a check. I could not cash my check for many weeks. There's not money in there. There's no money. I had to wait. Then when money finally came, I'll cash one check. Then we'll keep my wife's check, and then we'll wait again. When money came, we'll cash our check. That's how we did it. All right, that's how we did it. And in fact, the biggest challenge we had was when we had COVID. COVID almost shut us down. Oh, we got to be honest with you. COVID almost killed us. Almost shut our business down because our clients, they don't want us to come to their house. Remember, what we do in home care, we go to clients' houses to take care of them, seniors, to fix their food, clean their house, take them to give them medication. We go there to do that. But with COVID, they did not want you to come to the house because it was scared that you could bring something, which is normal. I mean, so they're scared you could bring something to them. They don't know where you've been, right? They don't know. So but so we could not go to clients' homes. A lot of our clients, their family was staying with them, so they didn't want new people coming in because you could bring something, which is fair. I understand that. So we almost lost. I mean, so when no revenue was coming in, how are we going to keep the lights on? How are we going to pay the rent? How are we going to pay people? We had to lay some people off because there was not money. But God, in His wonderful way, was able to save us. Through some financial, package that came in and helped us keep the business going. So this we almost lost it. Almost, we will not be talking today. God came through for us. Okay. In the course of our business, we've had people come in. Sometimes you bring an employee, they're there for a time. They don't want to go to take some of your employees with them, and you have to start all over again. To hire new people. I mean, think about it. Somebody comes and then is leaving, and leaves and takes your employees with you. We have to go back and then and do what we have to do. I mean, it happened a couple of times, as a matter of fact. And we have to get in and do the work. The important thing is that because we started the work from the day one, we knew what we needed to do. So we went right in there and continue to do the work while trying to hire new people. So there have been challenges. But I tell you what, I'm grateful they were because it made us better. It made us to know that it was not on us. We had a higher being out there, God, that was guiding us along the way. And we lean on Him every day. We lean on His blessings every day. So there's been challenges, no question. There's no, I mean, there's no business that I believe that does not have any challenges. But you want to focus on what you can do. Right? That's how I talked about the determining factors. What can I do? How do I look at this situation? Because Jeremiah, there's been situations where you have, and I'm sure you've heard about this, where two set of twins, right, born from the same father, the same mother, went through the same school. One becomes a doctor or very successful. The other one goes to jail. How does it happen? How does it happen? You see what I'm saying? It's how they interpret situations, how they face life, how they show up in life. So yes, we've gone through challenges, but I think it's made us stronger. I think it's made us strong because we've learned from it, we've gotten better from it, and we've just become better people for it. So challenges, struggles is good for you. It is good for you. Like somebody said, you cannot hire anyone to do your exercise for you. Your weightlifting for you. You cannot hire somebody. You have to do that. That's what we had to do. But the good thing is that we had guidance. And later on in our life, in our business, we were able to get a mentor, like I told you, who just opened the lights up for you, who just expanded our mind and showed us that there's a lot more we could do. And that's the message that my wife and I at Premier Destiny, our company, we try to get out to people. They can do more. They can be more. They can have more. We can help them do that if that's what they want.
Wow, thank you so much. We spend a lot of time and we just have a few minutes to go. And I just want to ask you just brief your answer. I have three questions to go here. Now, how,
Okay.
when you're starting your coaching business, I know you have a lot of competitors. How do you manage that with the competitors?
Well, that's a good question. You see, I don't worry about what I cannot control. I do my part. Everyone has their own. It's almost like Jeremiah. The way I look at it, it's almost like church, right? There are thousands of churches out there. Hey, people go where they're called, right? They go where they go. We have our message. Our message is our message, and our audience we're looking to share people to let people know that it is possible for them too, regardless of what's out there. There could be business people, there could be professionals, there could be folks that are looking to just better themselves. We're here to serve them. That's what we do. And along the way, we've been able to attract people that are looking for that, and that's what we do. We want to let people know that we started just like them, from nothing, from nothing. But we had a drive, we had hunger, we had determination to make it happen. That's what we do. So we don't compete with anyone. We just put our message out there and try to get it out as best we can, and know that the people out there that want to hear our message, and that's the people we're looking to serve.
Wow, that's great. So, how long have you been doing this your coaching business, and how many people? Sorry, how many people have you been able to coach? And you guess the number of
We've been,
people with clients?
yeah, we've been in business about 5 years in the coaching. We've served about hundreds of people. We've served hundreds of people out there. We talk to people every day. We get we have different platforms we work on, social media platforms we work on. We're on, serving every day. So we serve people every day, and like I said, it's a calling for us. It's our own ministry, if you will, because we believe in the fact that, like I said earlier, everyone. We believe in the fact that there's greatness in every one of us. There's greatness in every one of us. Every one of us has greatness in ourselves. We have it, and we live in an abundant world. Why not take advantage of it? Why not share that message, the message of hope and greatness and inspiration to people, so that we can all take advantage of the abundance? Think about it, Jeremiah. When you plant one seed of corn, do you get just one? No,
No.
you get several bushels, right? I mean, think about it. All these billions of people out here, do we ever run out of fish? Have you ever heard that there's no fish in the water? No. So we live in an abundant universe. But how many of us know that? How many of us are taking advantage of that? Think about it. If you had to pay for air, would you be able to afford to pay for air? How about sun? If you had to pay for sun, would you be able to pay for sun? Would you be able to pay for air? No. But that's the greatness of God, of the universe we live in. So that's the message I want to get out to people, that there's a lot more out there that's available to us than we know, than we're accepting. We don't want to worry about what we cannot control. What can we control? We'll control our desire. We can control how we show up. We control our responsibility. We control our perspective. We can control the fact that we can change, which is really important, because whatever situation we're in, we can change. But it's a choice. That's why I say that you're one decision away. From whatever it is, you're one decision away. You can do it. Why don't you bet on yourself? Bet on you. There's greatness in you. Let's help you bring it out. That's the message. Don't worry about what you can't control. What can you control? There's lots you can control. That's my message. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. You've spoken a lot, and quickly want to say we'll be bringing the meeting to a close now. But before we go, I would just like to tell our audience how they can reach you and how they can enroll in your coaching school if you run it online. And I want to ask this for my personal consumptions. And do you give certifications to people that you train?
No. We don't do that. We don't do that, Jeremiah. We don't. What we do, excuse me, no, we don't do that. What we do is that, Jeremiah, what we do is that we have a website, like I said, and I can put that, you can put it, I can put that in the chat. If you have a chat, I can put it in the chat for you. It's premierdestiny.com. I want to share with you something, Jeremiah, that might inspire you. This is a book that my wife wrote. It's on Amazon. It's an international bestseller, inspired by God's word, that my wife wrote. Okay, because of this, what we're doing here. My wife wrote this book, and this is what I'll do for you. I'll make it available to you and your audience. The ebook version free. Okay, well, you can your audience can download the ebook version free of this book. It's on Amazon. They can just go to askjohnandpaul.com. I'll put it on your chat here. Askjohnandpaul.com, and they can reach us there. Our mission, Jeremiah, is to inspire people. If you get on our website, askjohnandpaul.com, you're going to see we have some affirmations on there that free also will come free for for your audience and you as well. They can look at, then from there they can get to our corporate website, which is premierdestiny.com. We have videos on YouTube that speak to what we do. We're on the social media platforms that speak to what we do, and our goal is to help people, Jeremiah. That's what it is. This where it serve. Because you see, Jeremiah, if I light your candle, it does not take away the light from me. It just makes our room brighter for all of us to see. That's what this is all about.
Wow, that's great. It's nice to have you on this platform, and you've really done a lot of justice to the questions, and you've really shed more light to more of the coaching business and how your story that it really inspired me, even me myself, and
Thank
I
you.
know all our audience are going to
Thank
be
you.
inspired by your story.
Thank you.
And I know you're still going great, and we'll still bring you back on
Thank
this
you.
platform to still tell us more about
Thank you.
yourself and about your coaching business and even the healthcare business. Because
Yes.
I see that what
Thank
we
you.
need now is for people to develop themselves, become an entrepreneur,
Yes.
and go wide.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
we are moving
Yep.
from the stage of industrializations to another trend,
Yes.
which is becoming the
Yes.
AI trend. Yes, so now
Yes.
everything needs to grow
Yes.
and change. So I really appreciate so
Yep.
much you coming, and I will
Thank
also
you.
give you
Thank you.
send you a mail for so that you can send us your details so that we can put it on the footnote on
Yes.
the
Yes. Yeah. No, I would love to. If I would love to, Jeremiah. Like I said, I would love to. And again, if you need any help, Jeremiah, let me know. Reach out. I'll put it on here. I'll put it on the I'll put it on the chat when we're done here. I'll put it on there. This is, you see, Jeremiah, there's greatness in us, Jeremiah. I go back to say there's greatness in each and every one of us. It's there. We have God-given gifts that we don't know. Don't know. I mean, how can you take advantage of something you don't know? You can't. I did. I did not. I thought I was doing well, but I got frustrated. And when this man who became my coach told me, he said, "No, you can be anything you want to be. You can have anything you want to have. You can do whatever you want if you're willing to work on you." I said, "Oh, okay. What does that work?" He said, "You got to change your mind. You got to change your philosophy. I'll show you how." Change my life. That can change your life. It can change the life of your listeners and everyone else out there. Because once you know your worth, you do things that align with who you are, who you're called to be. Like I said, I cannot be a preacher. That's not my calling. I can be something else. Maybe you can be a preacher. That's your calling. But once you know that's your calling, it comes to you, you approach it differently. And when you're serving because you want to, because that's something you love to do, it shows up differently. And that's what we do. That's why I said that, what we do is that, for us, coaching is not just, it's not something this is passionate for. This is personal. We're out here to light each other's candle. That's what we want to do. I want to let people know that that what Joan and I have done, my wife and I have done, you can do to anyone else that can do. If you need our guidance, we'll be able to help them. They just reach out to us at www.askjoanandpaul.com or premierdestiny.com. And I'll put it on there for you, and we'll be glad to help anyone that wants to join us. Thank you so
Wow,
much.
thank you so much. We really bless God for your life, for the life of your wife. Thank God for how God is using you to impact the world and changing the world.
Thank you.
And I know that
Thank you, Jeremiah.
the world is going to become a better place. That where
Yes.
people will discover when they had a purpose in life and how they can achieve the purpose. And I want to say, appreciate you once again. I would like you to just tell our audience, to just tell them, well, this is season of change, transforming your life by the power in the Word of God. So I just wanted you to say that.
Yes, this is season of change. Transforming your life by the power of God. And I also say again that there's greatness in you. Let's bring it out. You see, we believe there's a more powerful version of you waiting to emerge, a version that's free from limitations, full of purpose, and ready to impact the world. At Premier Destiny, we help home care owners, professionals, and visionaries, everyday visionaries, harness their God-given gifts to be more so they can do more so they can have more. This isn't just a calling for us. As I've said before, bet on you. Bet on, you're one decision away. One decision away. you bet on yourself? If not now, when? If not you, who? Bet on yourself. It's the biggest and greatest investment you're ever gonna do. John and I can do it, so can you. You're one decision away. Make it happen. So we can put the devil to shame. And praise God. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. Welcome to Season of Change, transforming your life by the power in the Word of God. I want to really appreciate you, Paul, tonight. That on this episode, I know when another episode where you're coming, I would like you to come with your wife so that both of you can be on the platform.
Yes.
And I believe that is going to be another interactive discussion.
Yes.
Because we're going to be discussing a lot on the topic, and I'm going to give you a privilege because to come again because we so much enjoy spending our time with you, and I know that our audience bless God for your inspirational stories, and I want to say thank you so much. You have not wasted your time.
Thank you.
It's time to bless us. So thank you so much.
Thank you for this again. Thank you, Jeremiah. Thank you for this platform. Thank you for this opportunity to share with you and your audience. Thank you so much. And I'll put the once we get off, I'll put the our contacts on the chat. Thank you so much.
So thank you so much. So I want to say thank you to everybody that will be watching this and those that are listening. God will bless you, and I want you to keep in touch with our guest on every area that you need his attention. He is going to be reaching out to you, and you can follow all the social media handles, and you can follow us also for more. And we are going to be expecting him to visit us again on other times. So we really appreciate you. I remain your host, Evangelist Joseph Jeremiah from Nigeria. So thank you, Paul. So as we bring the meeting to the recording to a stop, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.